I'm an immigrant, so I was born in Hong Kong and I came here as a young child.
My family came over from England and Ireland.
I came here in 1974. I didn't have any friends. I didn't have any relatives. I saw New York like a jungle.
All four of my grandparents were immigrants. They all came from various parts of Russia, Eastern Europe, what's now Poland. At least some of them ended up on the Lower East Side and not far from the Tenement Museum.
My father was born and raised in Shanghai. My mother was born in Chongqing, and they immigrated to the United States, to New York, and I was born and raised in Flushing.
My great-grandparents were Irish Catholic immigrants from County Cork.
When I arrived in the United States in 1956, I had no idea that I would remain in the United States.
My parents came from Puerto Rico in the 1940s. They struggled with everything, so they worked very, very hard to get anything that they wanted.
My mother, who fled Eastern Europe during the Holocaust, arrived in Cuba in the early 1940s, and then fled the Communist Revolution with my father taking my sister and me to this country.
Immigration to the U.S. is one of the great sources of our strength.
I think all New Yorkers recognize that the city was built by immigrants and continues to be built by immigrants.
From the very beginning, people coming for a better life, people coming for better lives for their children, trying to make something of themselves. So they've been very important to the culture and economy of New York City, of the United States, even if their contributions have not always been valued in real time.
Well, without immigration, there would not be the America we have today, because each generation has come to add a new wave of talent.
Immigration and the people that came here drove the city to great heights. It's just been the most impactful thing on the city.
For millennia, people settled into their own villages. Their horizons were limited by their national boundaries. Their futures were shaped by their pasts. This is a city whose history we continue to write.
This country has a beautiful tradition of welcoming and embracing people from all over the world. If we take that ethic and manifest it in the way we live our lives as individuals and as members of a community, then we essentially further the heritage of our country and what our highest ideals can be.
And history shows us in the past and now that our economic strength is directly tied to providing opportunities for immigrants and immigration.
In New York City, more than half of all small businesses are owned by immigrants. So immigrants played an important role, not only culturally in shaping who we are, but also economically. People come to America seeking a better life. It is not easy for them to just leave if things go bad. They know that this is their only chance to make it. And so they're going to work hard. They're going to open up that restaurant. They're going to go and join the workforce.
And my dad was an iron worker for 35 years. He was so grateful that the United States let everybody in. We have to make sure that we stay the same country that we've always been, a welcoming country and a country that allows people to come in.
The country needs infusions of new blood and new sensibility all the time. If you have a problem to solve, the more diverse the group looking at the problem, the quicker you will come up with solutions and the better your solutions will be.
People should know this is their country and their nation. And as Martin Luther King said, we all came in different ships, but now we're in the same boat.
The Tenement Museum is great in that it gives me a good, honest, realistic view of what immigrants had to suffer coming to this country.
The kinds of lives people built for themselves, but also how they were perceived, how they were segregated from outside communities, and how in some ways they were isolated, in some ways they were integrated with the economy and culture around them.
I was amazed by how well the Tenement Museum brings the story of these immigrants to life. It tells the story in a way that allows people to connect with their own roots.
It makes you understand what people are made of, the strengths that they have, the lengths that they will go to better themselves and to better their lot. And that's inspiring.
They tie it into the present in a way that makes you want to learn more about your past and kind of what that means for who you are and your future.
It is a small but mighty institution, I think, that really does play an important role in this really critical issue that we're talking about so much in the country at the moment.
To see us as part of the city, and that is important, that you belong here. That sense is only realized when you know the history of those who came before us. If we don't know the history, we do not appreciate how far we have come. They didn't give up, and that defines who we are.
Becomes both a personal connection, but that then sends people off thinking about their connection to immigration as an important policy issue right now.
This is a tough year to discuss issues of immigration, but the Tenement Museum preserves and stands for the truth about immigration.
Immigration is what made us who we are. Any policy that we develop should be firmly rooted in that understanding.
I think we need to embrace immigration. We need to recall and consider how many of us are immigrants and how many of us came here and did great things for our country and contributed to our country.
And thinking about the new waves of immigrants from different places who continue to come and want to come to our country and make our country as special and exceptional as it is.
It is important for young people and the next generation of leaders to know that we cannot take things for granted.
We just need to continue to pass that on. We need to tell people in Washington, we don't want our borders closed. We want our borders open.
I just wish that we could bring every elected official, every member of Congress, come and visit the Lower East Side Tenement Museum.
The 103 Orchard exhibit is going to expand our window onto the immigration period.
We're going to be able to tell the story of Chinese immigration, the story of Latino immigrations, including Puerto Rican migration. We're going to be able to tell the stories of how Holocaust survivors were able to bring their dreams to this country.
And I think that's what people want to see. They want to see that their own experiences have a place in history and that people are interested in it and it's something to be proud of.
New York City is an incredible mosaic, and I think it's what we hope this country can be in a lot of ways.
The cultural diversity is what has made our country what we are. It's all of the different nations that come here to bring their thoughts and ideas and values, contribute to the rich tapestry that is America. We are virtually all immigrants, and we must not forget that.
Immigration is what has given us our past. Immigration is what assures us our future.